Hello, 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 and welcome back to The Topic, where we highlight Houston Community College, our students, our program, and our reach into the community. I'm Dr. Darin Baskin, the Executive Director for the Weekend in Honors College here at HCC. We're here every Thursday afternoon when HCC is in session live at 2 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Follow us also on social media as Houston Community College District and watch us on HCC TV via your local cable provider. And today is a very special show for us, very special. I am happy and elated to be inviting a friend back to the college, Dr. Butch Herod, who is now serving as the interim president of the Central College, who also brought along a representative from one of the programs that he is now currently overseeing. And we're excited about that program. And we're going to bring him in just a moment. And that is Professor Matt Adams, who is the program coordinator for the electrical technology and smart building technology. Dr. Herod, welcome to the show and welcome back to HCC. We missed you.
Well, I missed everybody here as well. So I'm so happy to be back. You have no idea. It's truly great to be back in the HCC family again.
Oh, yeah, we're happy to have you back. And I see you over there just looking as debonair as you can. Kudos.
Well, that's very kind of you. You've set some high standards in that regard in the past as well. So I am just so delighted to be back at Houston Community College because the mission that we have as an institution is so important. And I am grateful to be serving under the leadership of Dr. Ford Fisher. It's truly an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, and you bring a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of institutional understanding. So give us a rundown of your background and your history here at HCC.
So actually, I started as an adjunct at HCC and served for about 4 years as an adjunct and was working in a completely different industry. And I love the teaching aspects, and I decided I wanted to be a faculty member. And it's been a fascinating journey. And so when we used to have the saying that we're an opportunity institution, I can only speak for myself and my family. That has truly, truly been the case. So I started as an adjunct and then became a full-time professor and enjoyed that immensely. I really enjoyed interacting with the students. And that's kind of the widget we make here. Students are reason for being. And so to me, that's one of the most rewarding things you can do. And I was asked to assume progressive responsibilities. I became a department chair, first a lead instructor, then department chair. Helped start and create the Cisco program at the Southwest College, delved off into IT networking and those kinds of things. And then one of the greatest jobs I ever had was, and this is one that we share, Dr. Baskin, is president of the Faculty Senate. It is such a learning experience to hold that position because you learn so much about the college and all of its inner workings. You become a de facto member of most every committee. So that was probably the best job I ever had, to be honest with you, because you're connected to the faculty, but yet you understand a broad sort of perspective on the institution. So I really enjoyed that, and then became academic dean, and then was actually the first executive dean for the institution after completing my ACE fellowship, the American Council on Education Fellowship. Where I was away for 6 months in Washington, D.C., doing an internship. And then when I returned, interestingly enough, the Qatar project came up, and I was asked to go over there and be president of our operations. Some other changes happened, and I was interim president of Northwest College for a year. And then, as you know, I was also vice chancellor for innovation, strategic planning, analytics, and worked at the district for about a year, and then I returned to as you know, my baby is the West Houston Institute.
You know what,
Yeah.
Dr. Herod? I'm gonna stop you right there at West Houston Institute because we're gonna pull that one back in because your understanding your wealth is vital to the other conversations we're about to have, which is going to include the West Houston Institute. So let's pull in Professor Matt Adams to talk to him about his program, and you're going to see the connection. So Matt, it's your turn now.
Hey, Darin.
Hey, everything is good. You?
Oh, great.
Okay, good. So this electrical and smart building technology, tell us about it and how important is it to currently in the workforce today?
Oh my God. I've been this is my 10th year teaching at HCC, and it's interesting as you grow and as you follow the trends in the world. Right now, all of the trade experts, especially Mike Rowe from the Dirty Job Show, is really preaching a great message that for every 5 people we're losing in the trades, we're only replacing it with 2. And to me, I think that is a ambitious number. I think it's more like 1. And it's scary because of all the things we need in this world. I always tell the students the most important thing you can chase in this world is electricity. Electricity rules the world because we have a world that runs completely off electricity. And anybody disagrees with me, I'll come over to your house and turn your power off, see how you do. But thing about it is with that, there's so many different elements of electricity, from everything from low voltage and smart technology in your home, all the way up to power plants and everything in between. And it's great, especially when you hear your student success stories as they go out. Like one of my students I heard from yesterday called me and said, just graduated 2 weeks ago with an associate degree, 35 years old, and said, guess what? I just got a job. And I said, where is it? And he's working for a water bottling company. And he said, $10,000 sign-on bonus, $95,000 a year. I was like, you go with your bad self. And I said, I love hearing that kind of stuff because I just need more of them. And so part of it is we're constantly trying to get these young people, especially, to say we got these great jobs and they're leading to sustainable incomes because, I mean, let's be honest, everything's up right now. And so they need to be serious about finding a job to where they can pay their bills and go into the journeys that they want to go in.
Right. And I think you bring up a great point because you use the word sustainable. And you also use electricity a few times because the city itself is growing. The infrastructure of the United States is growing, and everything that we use is used with electricity. So you bring up extremely strong points. So I know that you also have a new program launching in the fall. So tell us about this new program and give us a quick 2-minute rundown of this program.
I've been working on this project for 3 years this summer, and I'm so excited for it to be launching August. I kind of got put into it, and at first I didn't get it. And then once I started talking to these people, these integrators, that's what they're called, low voltage technicians, both in residential and commercial. And these are the people that come in and put your security systems in, your fire systems, your audio visual, your lighting, all this different technology for the 21st century. But the weirdest thing is if you look them up, Department of Labor doesn't even acknowledge they exist. So it's this whole industry of people you don't even realize are out there and all these great jobs. In fact, we haven't even launched, and I've already gotten 4 students jobs with integrators. So it's really awesome. It's a great time. It's a cutting edge degree. It's an amalgamation. It's a blend of mechanical and electrical and electronics and networking and just all these different cool things. And it's very vast and interesting. I always tell people, how do I describe this low voltage industry? The only way to describe it is like Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland if it had a sub basement that never ended, because there's so much technology just keeps going because there's always a new technology to help you solve a problem in an unusual way. Everything from young people to old people to allow people to live a better life. I call integrators digital concierges. They are responsible for people's safety and their comfort and their feel in a space. So, and it's a really cool degree. It's the first 2-year associate degree in the country. And we have such a huge amount of industry support, which is great.
Wow. So first of all, let me say congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Be able to see something from mind of thought to industry is a great accomplishment. So I know Dr. Herod is going to be excited and put his stamp on it to make sure that the program is successful. So we're excited about that. And then let me also say, I totally understand what you're saying. Having a low voltage home myself that I've converted to a smart home, I totally understand what you're saying. And so let me say that the industry needs more leaders like you. So congratulations. And let me also say that the Central College is where I started. So I appreciate all the hard work and all of the amazing accomplishments that take place at the Central Campus. So when we come back, we'll talk about a program that makes life more beautiful.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
For more than a year, we have kept you informed with more than 500 remote episodes. But now we're back, bigger and better, with more news and more guests. Join us live every weekday at 10 a.m. on Facebook and YouTube, and on HCC TV at noon and 5 p.m. You can watch from anywhere. We go where you go.
Welcome back to the topic. We're talking about Central College today. Exciting to be talking about where I first started and grew up. In addition to having Dr. Herod here, who is currently serving as the interim president of the Central College, we're also going to be joined in this segment by a real friend, a true friend, Suzette Brimmer, who is our Dean of Consumer Arts and Sciences. Suzette, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you. I'm going to jump to Dr. Herod for one question before I jump back to you, because he was telling us all the great accomplishments that he did as an individual here at the college. So tell us this, give us your top 2 goals that you have aligned for the Central College, Dr. Herod.
Happy to do so. Well, they basically align with what the chancellor has as part of her vision for the institution. The major thing that we need to do is to make a better connection to our communities so that we can more properly serve them. And this is especially true for underrepresented populations. My goal is to, as I said, reach further into those communities to bring them into HCC so that they can be afforded the wonderful opportunities and programs like Professor Adams, and also Professor Brimmer. These are great programs that can make a change in the life of these students. So really that's an all-encompassing goal. So it's making a better connection with the community with the purpose of bringing in more students that need our services, that need what we have to offer to change their lives.
And I think you really capitalized on my question that I was going to ask to Dean Brimmer, which was going to be, I have recently heard that you have another cosmetology program at a new campus. Tell us about it.
Yes, we're very excited about it, A-Leaf Bissonnet. And it's a double whammy of excitement for us, because not only have we expanded our cosmetology program and also have a facial lab at that location, because we've had a waiting list for our facial program for over 2 years. So the moment it got out and we put the classes in the system, it was filled by the next day. So, and then for the second part of our excitement is dual credit. We're going to have a dual credit cosmetology program there starting in the fall in partnership with A-Leaf ISD. And they're going to be coming to our campus every day in the morning, starting at 7:30. So they're really excited about it. Over the summer and this spring, I've been meeting, as well as Chair Britton, meeting with students, future students, and their parents to discuss cosmetology. And of course, the parents had quite a bit of questions.
Oh, of course. And let me say, Dean Brimmer, congratulations. Great work. Who doesn't want to feel pretty and look beautiful and feel amazing? Because, you know, I partake in those facials. You know this. So yes. I'm excited about that. So, and that brings me to another area that you oversee, which is the Culinary and Pastry Arts Program, another one of my faves. So I hear there's new facilities coming. Tell us about that.
Yes, the college had the wisdom when they built the building to build some additional labs. So as our enrollment have increased, we are able now to move into those labs. So they're under construction. We've got our fingers and toes crossed that we're going to be able to have classes or start classes at the beginning of the fall. So we're all excited about that. We've been getting small wares, ordering food for the next semester in preparation for those classes.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And with these additional classes, we're going to be able to start, bring back our leisure learning, which is something you and I have discussed, like knife skills, things that people can come in for a short amount of time, like a couple hours, and learn some skills to improve your own home cooking and professional cooking. And another thing that we're doing for this spring 25 is to be able to have some culinary and pastry art certifications.
Yes, and we've had those conversations, and you know I love them, and so I'm excited because I will definitely be taking some of those skills classes, because who doesn't want to cook better at home? And so I also understand another area, and as you guys see all these areas that Dean Brimmer is responsible for, and they're all doing amazing, amazing jobs. The fashion merchandising is debuting a new name. Can you surprise us with that name?
Yes. Instead of just being fashion merchandising, we're going to be fashion management and merchandising. And what's really significant about that, even though it's the addition of one word, that is what we educate our students to be, is to go into management in the retail field. So it better aligns with industry. And it's always better to have a title that students know exactly what they're going to learn and what they're preparing to do once they actually graduate from the program.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Because the more we're able to give the students what they can use when they leave us, the better job that we have done as an institution. So kudos to adding, like you said, just that one word, but the impact of that is what the students actually are going to benefit from. So kudos for that. And so I also hear, and tell us this in a minute, fashion is making some use of the emerging technologies. In a minute or less, tell us about that collaboration.
Okay, well, I think the thing that's most significant about technology is that it enhances our students' education. It better prepares them for industry, because fashion is very techy. And when you have those skills, it makes you more employable. And from that, it gives our students the knowledge to enter the digital world and use that for their entrepreneurship, which that is very important in all of the programs under consumer arts.
Oh, amazing. And you know, Suzette, it shows that if you put the right people in the right places and give them the tools in order to be successful, you create successful programming. And you are in a test to that. The programs that you're overseeing are doing so well. The only thing I want to add to that is I want to say, hey, when they're cooking those cakes and making those pastries, I need for you to remember my number and shoot me a quick text and say, it's in the oven. Yes, and that'll give me time to get over there.
I can do that. And I just want to end my segment by just giving a shout out to some of the most amazing instructors and professors that work in consumer arts and sciences. So thank you, Darin.
Hey, that is an amazing close. I can't say anything, can't top that. When we return, how is HCC fueling the construction recovery?
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes, through all of the strangeness. I'm going through changes now.
Welcome back to the topic. We're still talking with the amazing Central Campus. And I'm still joined by my co-host, because I'm calling him my co-host now because he's been here the entire time, Dr. Herod, who is serving as the interim president of the Central College. And this segment, we're going to be joined by Dean Kris Asper, who again is a friend. He is the Dean of the Architectural Design and Construction Center of Excellence. Welcome to the show, Kris.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invite.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so, Dr. Herod, let's get you one more question in. We know that you have such rich history at the college. Just tell us one thing that you plan on doing to bring all of that knowledge and then create that same type of understanding at the Central College.
Well, if you've noticed, and especially with programs like Professor Adams, you know, there's a synergy between all of the things that come together to make up that program and to make it successful. It's not just one bit of knowledge. It's a combination of things. And I think that, by the way, I think that's true for Dean Brimmer's programs and also Kris's programs. People are increasingly required to have knowledge that transcends the boundaries of what we call traditional categories of knowledge. And, you know, we did that at the West Houston Institute. That was part of the vision. I want to bring that to the Central College. Specifically in terms of we have to be an innovative institution. So we have to think in those terms because our markets are changing, the demands for skills is changing, and we have to be responsive to that. So how do we do that? How do we blow up traditional education and make it where it's more universally accessible and serves the needs more effectively of both the students and the businesses that we serve?
And let me say, I think the leaders that you have here are doing exactly that. So Kris, what are some of the sectors that are growing and experiencing manpower shortages in Houston?
Okay, you know, like you mentioned, Central has programs that support the economy. The economy of Houston, I can say it very proudly, depend on the programs at Central. So we cover a variety of different aspect of industry, you know, from you heard about electrical, then you move to HVAC, which is the air conditioning, heating, refrigeration, and then you move to drafting and design engineering. The fourth one is the construction management, you know, and the project management, and the last one is the interior design. All those programs are very vital, very important to keep the Houston economy healthy.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. they're all vitally important. One is not more important than the other because I think they all serve a purpose in the revitalization of the city. And so being able to have all of those programs and being able to be responsible for them, I think is an amazing task for you, Dean Asper. So what are some of those emerging technologies that are becoming more important, and how do we as an institution prepare students to make the best use of those technologies?
Yeah, well, all of them, they are important. Houston is a gas and oil country, so we have to serve that sector very diligently. In the meantime, there is the medical. The medical, if you want the truth, the medical and the medical center, they depend on us as well. We serve them, whether in direct way or indirect way. We serve them. And then you go to the transportation. We have a lot of freeways, a lot of roads. Texas Department of Transportation are heavily busy here with all those storms. After the Harvey storm, we start to reconstruct the city of Houston. More dams are needed, more embankment needed, more levees are needed. All those are changing. The demand on civil and structural become very, very, very important in Houston. So all those changes, we need to change with it as well. Luckily, technology are helping us. We cannot go without technology. Technology helping us, whether it is a drone technology, the twin project technology, the iPad technology, all those. For instance, very, very, very small, example, a supervisor or a superintendent on the job, they do not have offices anymore, field offices anymore. All what they have their iPad. On that iPad, they can do everything. They can look at the material, they can put the scheduling, the employment, the shipment, the arriving of the shipment, all they can do it on that iPad. So now we are...
Sorry, Dean Asper. I think what you're saying is exactly what this whole segment has been about, the inclusion of technology into what we have already done as an institution. So it has been a pleasure and an honor to have had Dr. Butch Herod and his team here with us at The Topic. Thank you for joining us today at The Topic. If you enjoy the show, follow us on Facebook and YouTube at Houston Community College District. To listen to The Topic and more HCC programming, visit hccs.edu/podcast. And for The Topic on HCC TV, I'm Dr. Darin Baskin, and I want to say thank you to all of our guests today. You guys are amazing, and we're always ready to bring in new students. So
thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.